Hi, everyone. Welcome to round two coverage of the 2021 Mile High Classic presented by Prodigy, hosted by the Mile High Disc Golf Club. I am Justin Gill. I'm here with Kyle Harrigan.
How's it going, everyone?
How's the Storm Cell doing?
Storm Cell's doing good. Hit me up on the Instagram.
So Kyle was featured in our round one coverage and got booted off the card, so he's now doing commentary for round two with me.
I think this is the proper place for me after that first round. So
I think so. I've seen you obliterate that course a few times, but not during that tournament.
You know, that tournament did not go the way I had planned. Unlike my typical tournament prep, I played an event the day before that was not related to this tournament. So I was kind of riding a high off of that. I performed really well there, and I came out maybe a little too overly confident, especially on a course that I thought I was really familiar with. Hole 3 was kind of a tone setter for the rest of my round. I had to figure out a way to fight back early. Instead of being ahead and taking my licks, I had to fight back. And a couple bad breaks along the way, some missed opportunities. Hole 7 kind of comes to mind. I've never gone OB deep on that hole
impressive.
Ever in my life. And apparently I just channeled my inner Nick Hansen and just crushed it.
That thing flipped up the flat and glided forever.
And that disc is no longer in the bag. After that event, it kind of started taking its turn. But, we got to watch the other three gentlemen on the card, Micah, Nick, and Liam, just destroy Fehringer. And, besides a hiccup really for Liam and then one hiccup for Nick, these guys were on it on round one. And they battled the entire round, stroke for stroke, and played Fehringer how it needs to be played if you want to be an elite top-level golfer. They needed to go near perfect to establish themselves.
I still believe Liam going for the birdie on 12 was a good call.
I disagree. We were walking up to that tee. Yeah,
you would.
We're standing there.
First time I played Fehringer, casual round. Yes. This guy's like, just gotta lay it up. I'm just like, dude, it's a practice round. Like, you gotta go for it. Yeah. You're on the shelf. You gotta go for it. And you canned the putt, didn't you?
That time I did. I think like a week later, you told me to do the same thing, and I took like a 7.
Yeah,
so
it's gonna happen.
Yeah. We walked up to that tee, and we were talking about it, and like, if you're not in perfect position, you just lay it up. And Liam made his decision that he was going to go for it. I mean, he was having a great round, so a 5 didn't hurt him too bad. Moving on, but it kind of not something you want to break up your day.
No, and you can't win the tournament on hole 12.
No, but you can sure throw it away on that hole. And I'm sure if you look at some of the other cards out there, and especially on amateur day that happened the day before, hole 12 is a round ruiner. It could really take the wind out of your sails and leave you wondering how you're going to get through the rest of it. Because after that, you have birdie holes. It's a finish you need to have on that back 9. And 13 is a birdie. 14 is a par 4 that's very birdieable for most average arms, even in the long position. But then 15, 16, 17, birdie. Like, you need all of those to get yourself in the rhythm to finish your round if you're looking to place high.
And I think a strong finish is what we're going to need today between Nick, Liam, David, and Micah. There's only one stroke separating David and Micah from Liam and Nick.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle. I'm excited to watch them actually do it. I was on 6th card at this point, so instead of watching my round, I was watching the leaders on live scoring because it was a lot more fun. And every hole we got up to the tee, and we're just like, all right, guys, what's the score? And these guys, this battle, I'm pumped to actually watch it now.
Me too, man. I filmed all this, but I had no idea what the scores were when filming because you can't process these things. You just have to run from lie to lie to lie and try to capture everything. So I rewatched this the other night, and it's a good battle.
I'm watching all of it for the first time, so genuine shock's going to be in my voice. I am positive of it, and I'm pumped.
All right, man. Well, enough foreplay. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right, everyone. Here is our round 2 front 9 coverage of the 2021 Mile High Classic, presented by Prodigy Discs and put on by the Mile High Disc Golf Club. And I'm sitting here with El Presidente, Kyle Harrigan. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing fantastic, Justin. I'm really excited to watch this round today, and boy, it's going to be a battle.
It is a battle for some really cool trophies. Can you talk to us about these little airplanes?
Yeah, Lauren and Jamie have always found cool little creative themes, and they kind of just went with an airplane theme this year and created these really awesome trophies that I know the AMs were really excited to get on day one.
Nick Hansen.
There's Mr. Nick Hansen, your co-leader. Got a 1,004
Liam Stott.
rated after adjustments, and he's tied with Liam Stott.
Yeah, we've got a battle there. And we've
David
got
Stepp.
David Stepp.
One off the hot.
One off.
Tied with Micah.
Micah Callies.
And now I know how to say his last name. I've been calling him the wrong one for about a year now, so I'm excited to correct that.
And Micah has the tights off, and the calves are out for round 2 in the sun.
He's ready to go, and he's got people chasing behind him. We have 9 people within 3 strokes of the lead. As we saw in round 1, anything can happen. So I'm excited to see what these gentlemen are able to do and see if we can get at least the winner to come off lead card.
Oh, and shout out to Tom Place for our new graphics package. Kyle, tell us about hole 1.
Hole 1, we've got 347 feet. We are going slightly uphill in elevation, so that 347 plays a little closer to 380. As you can see, as we pass over the walking path here, we've got the pink tassels on the right-hand side. Everything beyond that to the right is going to be out of bounds. So they're throwing and trying to stick it in bounds. We've got our 2 guardian trees here that are a little bushy right now, so you just got to avoid those and skip to the green. But as we do our wrap around here, you can see that it's hard, fast dirt, and everything's going to skip. These guys are mostly going to be throwing fairway or distance drivers just to pick up that extra little distance and play a little late skip.
All right, Nick has the box as well. You can see that American flag. It's not really whipping. It's nice and calm in October.
Yeah, we're starting this round with a pretty typical day out here, and when it's early. As we get later in the day, we get a lot of wind. But Nick plays the safe escape onto the left-hand side. He's got probably about a 25, 30 footer from right there, well within his range.
Not most people's range, but the milkman.
The
He
milkman
delivers
is
that from that far out.
Absolutely, he does. Here's Liam, seeing him again this round. He plays a little more traditional. He put it wider, risked that OB a little bit, and he's going to find himself with a straddle putt to come back to that first basket. Good way to build some confidence early if you can nail that down.
Totally. And the team prodigy player, David Stepp. You played with David a few times.
A few times. David is a really good golfer, so him jumping up to lead card for this round is absolutely no surprise to me. I'm excited to watch him attack the course.
Nice power hyzer off the box. Good height. And perfect skip.
Man, he's got a 15, 20 footer right there, and David's a really solid putter, and we're going to see that today. Micah has probably the safest route of all of them, being lefty. He's going to go up that side, and I expect him to be near drop-in distance when all is said and done.
I feel like the lefty has to play it a little safer. He has to throw a little wider because of that potential hard skip by the basket.
Yeah, I think so. I kind of go that route, that lower, and just let the disc do the skip, but I mean, he got a lot of distance out of it, but that's no easy putt. That's 50-footer right there.
Oh, great line. Safe bid.
I like the run, but I think he just caught a little grasp while trying to skip up, and that's okay.
All right, let's see if the milkman can deliver on hole 1.
Whoa! Oh, there we go. Instant replay. Nick Hansen.
Short and left, getting the love from the cage.
And when you don't trust a Mach 3, you just hit the cage instead, you know?
And we were talking in round 1 about how the cages are kind of high and the hit zone's a little smaller on these baskets. Kind of like a man wearing his pants up on his belly button.
Yep, that's pretty much what it is. They took these Mach 3s and threw those, I think that's a Mach 5 tray on it or whatever they are. They just a little deeper.
Great putt by David, by the way.
Yeah, that was solid.
Right over the rim.
Liam with that straddle. Confident putt.
Perfect putt there.
Yeah, that was a really good stroke. That's kind of what I expect on a lot of these holes, is at least 3 birdies and possibly 1 par from an error off the tee or something. And Micah just basically tapped it in par, and we're on to hole 2. Hole 2 is 303 feet, slight downhill play. We've got a lot of vegetation on the ground, so you have to keep it in the air and get that late skip. I expect to see a lot of wide right hyzers that skip up. The basket's going to be on this platform done by one of our Eagle Scout projects just earlier this year on the course, just to give it a little something extra in design.
It is something extra.
It is something extra. It's one of the
tough
signature holes on the course now, and it's all about placement off the tee, and Nick looks like he's feeling a light breeze, and you can see some movement in the grass, so I think we're starting to get the wind that traditionally comes out.
Nick going the forehand to avoid that kind of bushy tree on the right-hand side that the right-hand backhand has to get past.
Yeah, just a little less ground play, though, when you go that route. But it looks like Nick's going more direct at it anyway. And he's probably got about a 20-footer right there. Slight uphill putt with the elevated basket, but...
Liam with the Draco that he, I don't know, probably parked 6-8 holes with in round 1.
Liam is money with that disc. It is so nice to see him throw it. And look how smooth that was.
We were talking about it yesterday. If you can't get your hands on a Sexton Firebird, go check out a Draco.
Yeah. He makes me want to. That was perfect. He's got a 10-foot putt. And
you're going to see a lot of that dirt kicking out here in Colorado as a wind test. There's not a lot of grass to grab to throw up in the air to gauge the wind. So we kick dirt.
Yeah, we call that the Joe Revere special. He's known for his dirt kicks. But Stepp is going the route I'm more familiar with, this hyzer play. And it looks like he's got himself a mid-range in his hand. So maybe an M3 or something. Not 100% sure his Prodigy mix on that, but he leaked to the left. That's going to be a miss if you don't want to challenge those trees, and he's going to have a long comeback putt on that.
And Micah, with this putter that he threw the first round all around, which he was absolutely parking everything with.
Yeah, he's just a consistent golfer.
And the lefty can go right at it.
Yeah, I think it's going to leak
Little
short.
low? Little short.
Yeah.
Little short. Good line, though.
He's probably about 40 feet from there, so it's going to be a long putt on a basket that you can blow by.
And this is the one you want to kind of give it a half safe bid to make that comeback if you don't cash it a little bit easier on yourself.
Stepp, he's 35.
Woo!
Oh! I said at the intros, he's a money putter. Like, this guy is great at putting.
Straddle step putt.
He's good. That was committed. There was no doubt in his mind he was making that.
Yep. Basket got in the way of that putt.
Yep. Well
Nice
done.
bird.
Nick. Let's see what he does here. Oh, he's closer than I thought.
Little 20, 23 footer.
Yeah, that's Nick range right there. No question about it.
Not an easy putt still. This basket is, the hit zone's at least at 6-7 feet off the ground.
Yeah, you got to be a little higher. And when you go, it's not often the fence will come into play on a putt, but anything can happen, especially on a windy day. Luckily, we got calm right now. Liam with a near tap in.
That's ideal landing zone right there.
Yep. Well done, guys. Again, 3 birds, 1 par.
And Nick and Liam are still on fire.
Yep.
And David started hot as well. He was 2 for 2.
And here we are in hole 3. This is where a round can go to die. If you watch first round coverage, you saw it happen live.
Rip that heart.
Rip that hard. We got a par 4. We've got OB on right and left hand side. You're going to start seeing the tassels here come up on the walking path, which just narrows that out to that green. We've also got the dry creek right now on the left hand side. You got the tassels over there, so you have a really narrow landing zone to find yourself up there. It's all going to be about fight as much off of the tee as you can, and then find yourself a nice soft landing on the green. Give yourself the birdie 3.
And this green's maybe 20 feet wide between the tassels?
Yeah, give or take. While we're watching these guys drive, I do want to give one huge shout out to Jake Maxwell. Now, he took a 3, but it was a tap-in circle 3 because he flashed the chains and landed OB on his drive, and I got to witness that. That was pretty awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And Nick put it in a great landing zone.
And it may be hard to tell with the camera angle here, but that fairway about 30 feet off the tee is about head height. So you have to throw it uphill immediately.
Yep. Yeah, you're immediately going high, and these guys are putting it in the prime landing zone. You can really challenge OB on the right-hand side if you flip something up a little too much. So the safe hyzer is a great play off the tee, and I expect to see that from Stepp as well.
Yep, nice controlled hyzer. Not putting too much into it, not playing with the OB. Give himself an easy upshot from the ideal end.
Yeah. You can see all 3 of their discs in a line right there. Micah going the lefty route, which is going to be a very similar play. Got a Dismaniacs out of some kind, maybe BB3.
Yep. And he joins the guys.
Yep. And Micah's going to have the most dangerous approach out of all of them. He's going to have to carry OB a little longer than these guys will.
You can see the road is OB, so this is OB, skips off the OB, and he falls down into the ditch.
He's got a tap-in par. That's going to be the danger right there, and especially as we get later in the day with that ground playing just a little more smack down with 90 people going through it.
OB ditch. Yep. It's like the fun little water slide.
That As soon as you catch that edge, it slides down. It very rarely stops right there. There's no vegetation on it. You've got to challenge the OB on the right to find yourself a nice safe landing zone. There's not a lot else to do.
Liam throws the hyzer out wide. Does it have enough skip? Hits a rock and doesn't come back inbounds.
Yeah, there was some construction over there on the right-hand side this offseason, and they still have some rocks there.
Oh, no.
That's going to
4 for 4 on these upshots from our lead card, Kyle. 4 OB strokes. Liam almost bangs this home. Look at the touch to not go OB in the ditch. Gets all the chains and exits the back left side.
Well, that is a Mach 3 miss if I've known one. That's unfortunately, I feel like you were kind of robbed there. That was a solid committed putt that just fell out the back.
That was a great putt.
Yeah. And honestly, the scores I'm seeing with this group today on this round makes me feel a little better about my first round score. It happens on this hole. It can eat you up early, so they're instantly going to have to turn it around, though, as we have Mr. Stepp, just tap in essentially for his par, and Liam, unfortunately, for his bogey, but we saw a fair bit of bogeys on this hole anyway.
Lots of birdies, too, on hole 3.
Yeah.
Just not on our lead card today.
No.
Hole 4, Kyle, what are you doing here?
196 feet, uphill. Well, I'm going to tell you that most of the time I throw a putter just on a hyzer and get it as close as I can.
How uphill is this hole?
This plays probably about 20-foot elevation change. I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head. So that 196 plays a little closer to like 250. But it's a real simple hole. You just want to put it close. This is one you've written in as a birdie on your round. And it is probably one of our most birdied holes on the day. Just based on the field we have. They are the people that are looking to birdie it. I expect to see
as the third easiest hole for round 2.
Yeah, I expect to see putters off the tee for every single one of them, and
ace runs.
Maybe a few. You can skip long though with an ace run here. I like Nick's play of just hyzering it, letting it skip right towards the basket. You probably pull the tactic out, maybe a P2 at that point.
I think that was the tactic. He was throwing that a lot around.
He was money with that today.
This is a P something from Prodigy, right down the pipe. Giving himself maybe a slightly obstructed putt. We'll see.
Oh.
He's got it though.
Yeah, that's little straddle. Easy one for him to get. Micah gonna throw. There is a lefty line there. There's a tree right off the tee. It doesn't come into play as much. You can step off that right corner and give yourself a better line there.
I like the back left side of this green because there's none of the little bushes back there, and you get a nice clean putt.
And loved it.
Line.
That's a tap in for Micah. That's awesome. Liam coming off that bogey, looking to do something great here. Just gonna hold my hands up and believe.
The hands are up.
The hands are up.
Is the disc in? Do we got it? Oh.
Little inside. He's in the wide open though. He's got no bushes in the way. Nick
is actually out, which is kind of surprising. I thought that drive was money.
Yep.
Pin high. Got a little bush to play with.
Oh, no chains needed. Up and down. That's
the one nice thing about those nubs on the top of the Mach 3.
They catch them every now and then and drop them in for you.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's like throwing a Kobe to Shaq alley.
That's how it feels.
Just a little tap in.
Yep.
Nick with the bird. Liam, can he answer?
Yep. That was committed putt. He didn't let that last hole shake his confidence. He came right back, made that putt. And Stepp's going to have just a little
tricky
step out, and I think he'll get this no problem. It's tricky just because you have a stance that you're not necessarily wanting to be in. Nothing like a little bushy tree in your way.
He nails it though.
He does. Micah, well done.
For the star.
Yep. First birdie on the round for Micah. So starting off a little slow, but we're on to hole 5. This is another hole that these guys have the power to birdie. It's not as easy as it looks, and right now we're headed up the center, so
yeah, we're flying it to the alternate pin.
Yeah.
So we're gonna look back left by that telephone pole back there. There's some trees back there that are short of it. That's where the pin is. So just imagine going left about 70, 75 feet from this basket.
Yeah, give or take. Par 3, 342 feet. Same thing. You're playing uphill just like on hole 4. You're just trying to throw further.
And you can see those trees I'm talking about back there on the left. That's where the pin is.
Yep. So they're going to be probably going full distance driver just to bite off as much of the hill as they can and then fade left towards the basket.
That looks like
That's
a
a
big distance driver. That's
That
a
looks Cloudbreaker. Yep.
Yeah.
And Nick. Yep.
This is uphill 40 feet?
Oh. Yeah,
30,
probably
40
30, 40 feet uphill. It's super power that you need to get up there. And Nick skipped deep of it with that Cloudbreaker. I think he wanted to hang it a little wider than he ended up doing.
Round 1, he was 5 feet away with that Cloudbreaker.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. And Stepp hung it a little wider, and I love it.
We got time to stall
Yep.
out, and it's in the shadow.
Man, that was good.
That was impressive.
That was a perfect drive, as you can see.
I'm hoping he slams it home.
Just
Like, give me some style points.
Yep, just dunk it. Micah having to go that lefty route. There's a lot more vegetation on that left side, so he may not get the skip that he wants in, and it looks like he didn't, but he's been high.
Feel bad for lefty. Sometimes there's these guardian bushes that we never even play with or we use as a backstop as righty backhand players, and he has to actually go through it.
Yeah, when you've got a righty-dominated sport, they don't pound down the land like everyone else for him.
This is the line I like, that low, right over all the trees. Hopefully get that skip right up by the basket.
It looks a little short.
A little short.
Micah's completely guarded, so this is going to be an interesting putt.
Gives it a run.
It's about all he could do. That was a good placement, though. He was pinned high, which is nice. Liam looks like he came up a hair short, but...
Oh, yeah, he must have got caught up by the grass there.
Yeah.
Oh! From downtown!
Wow. Man, we're just watching big putt after big putt on this card.
Woo, baby!
Yep. I think that makes up for hole 3 for sure. I did not think that was going to be a birdie.
Wow, how far out was he there?
That's about 55 feet. I mean, he's at the tail end of circle 2 from back there. That tree is not close at all.
Impressive putt.
Yeah, but he has a backstop, and that's why he was able to run it. Like, he knew it was going to hit something, and he'd be just fine. And Hansen having to go to a knee.
This is a tricky putt.
Yeah, he's got to keep it low.
Yep, a tricky putt. Low branches there, tall cage. You have to hit a tiny little hit zone on that basket.
Yeah. The baskets at Fehringer, too, are also poured a little higher than you see a lot of times. So not only is it a tall cage, it's a slightly higher basket than you're used to at most of the courses in the metro area. So I was thinking it was a solid run by Nick, but easy comeback. And we still haven't watched David Stepp tap out.
No,
So.
no. Here we go. Slam dunk time. Does he do style points?
Oh, he faked me out. I think it was going left hand, though.
Yeah, they go fakey on him.
I'm going to go with that. He doesn't even look satisfied.
No.
Oh, all right, hole 6.
Satisfaction.
Yeah. This is going to be, I believe, the easiest hole on the course. Yep.
Yes, sir.
So 183 feet. It is level. You're going to see 2 plays on the hole. You're going to see a sidearm or a lefty shot that hyzers in late, or a putter that hyzers in late.
And that is red rocks right above the basket, ladies and gentlemen.
It is beautiful. This is a signature hole as far as views on the course. It's great. But a lot of little things that can get in your way if you throw it too low. Stepp's going with a backhand. Interesting, I think the sidearm is a better play. You can crash to the hillside a little better. But he's got the putter touch.
But you have to play this air bounce over these little bushes, and he is in high. Get a little putt though.
Yeah, he's going to have a straddle out. It might be a little tricky. Liam going the same kind of play. I expect him to put it a little higher, though. And he did.
And this hole was our easiest hole in the day, Kyle. You were right with that. It averaged 0.61 under par.
Yep. This is definition of a must-get birdie. You're leaving something to the field, and not a hole. Oh, I mean, at least a bogey on the day. That can happen here, rollaways or anything. I'm surprised to see 3 straight backhands though.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all within 20 feet so far. So I mean, I guess not that surprised. Micah's going the route I was talking about. You have to step off that right corner though, because there is a tree right off the tee that can get in your way. But stand still.
Nice air bounce.
And he's with everybody else.
Right there.
Yep. So everybody's within 20 feet. This should be a starbird, with Stepp having probably the trickiest putt.
Nice touch.
Yep. You guys made it look a lot easier than round 1 was, so I like it. But we've watched David make a handful of straddles already. He's going to a knee though. Bush must be right in his line.
Oh, yeah, that bush definitely pulled his putt out a little early. Couldn't finish.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room on the other side for him to step out, so he picked the right one. And
you see Liam go over that left edge of that bush.
Yep.
There.
And he acts like it's not even there. He just putted like normal.
Yeah.
Well done, Liam.
Nice power.
Micah. With the putt. Yep. So, Stepp cleaning up. Unfortunately, taking a par here, I would imagine. I guarantee he felt like he lost one on the field.
And he did, as that was the easiest hole of the round.
Yeah, that could have kept him tied for the lead. And right now, he's now one back. And hole 7. So finally, you get to really unleash one. At least you feel like you do. You got 475 feet. You're losing all the elevation you just picked up on the last 2 holes, and you're going back down to even. So this is probably
30 feet or so?
Yeah, 30, 40 feet downhill. But what you have behind you is OB in that dry creek right now. You've got tassels along the back edge. As we saw in round 1, it's easy to go deep even when you think you don't have a cannon. But these guys are just looking to get to the circle, give it a soft bid. This is a bonus birdie if you can pull it out. And we saw 2 of them get it the first round. Let's see what we have here.
And this is one of my favorite greens on the course because there's some shade.
It is one of the few holes with shade on the course.
You'll see again that Colorado blue sky. There's not a single cloud up in it. It's not Photoshop, ladies and gentlemen. That is what Colorado looks like.
Yeah, what a beautiful day we had. I almost forgot how nice it was. And
Liam likes it. Liam
Wow.
likes it. Liam likes it. That's the Liam, I forget, Quasar, I believe. The boss-like.
Yeah. Man, I think he did very similar thing first round too.
He did.
Nick
It was impressive.
is looking to not go OB deep. He was my inspiration in round 1.
Look at the power.
He put more hyzer on it this time. It's not flattened out as much, and I think he's gonna have a putt. But I think he took some off from round 1.
And he's 25, 30 feet.
Yep, and putting right at the OB. That's 15 feet behind the basket.
And that's Fehringer for you.
That was the original difficulty design, and there's not a lot in the way, so the greens were made to be tricky on purpose. It was the intent of the entire course.
Big lefty smash. Can he park it again? Let's see. Look at this thing coming in. Hits the dirt just shy. Pin high.
You know, I want to give Micah a shout out because there's only maybe 1 or 2 other players in Colorado that practices for an event like Micah does. And I swear I ran into him 4 or 5 times in just the week leading up at Fehringer, just prepping for this tournament. And he put in the work, and it shows. He knows his lines, and that was a great drive. Stepp coming up a little short. I'm guessing a soft bid. Nope.
Doesn't
just
even run it because of that OB deep.
It's not worth losing a stroke.
No.
It really isn't. Put the pressure on Liam and Nick to make it, and Nick's going to gun for it. I know that.
Oh, yeah. Milkman.
Money. And as with the typical Mach 3, you have that I hit the chains, but there's hesitation because you don't know what's going to happen until it's in the basket.
Oh, and that was left side, which is normally fine. Low left side on Mach 3 with the high cage.
Always money.
You think. Micah,
What a-
back-to-back bird.
Dead center putt. He's probably one of the few. I mean,
Liam was the other one.
Liam is the other. Nick Hansen is now average par on the hole for the day, and that's okay. Yep. All right. David tapping out first 3.
Hole 7 played is our 4th most difficult hole on the day.
Yeah, easily done. And to hole 8 we go. So hole 8 is 305 feet, and for the tournament, we don't play that road that you see as OB, but right behind the basket you have out of bounds. So it's one of the ones though that you can run and have literally a tap in 3. You have 1 tree in the center of the fairway, and somehow a lot of disc hit that. And these gentlemen should have no difficulty, probably, other than Liam, probably putters and mid-ranges just straight up the gut. Liam's going to go that sidearm route, which is a really good play to check up late. And
Controls that distance.
Yeah.
Might skip sideways versus forward.
exactly. And he threw that Draco, and he fell out of bounds by like 2 feet. Oh,
Brutal.
wow.
Brutal.
Shout out to Peter Ide in the background there taking photos for the event. Great photographer. He posted all of them on the Mile High Disc Golf Club Facebook page. You can search back in October for that post.
That looked like Nick's tactic again.
Yeah, he put it 15 feet.
That putt down.
Death putt, not for Nick Hansen. Not today.
No, he's good.
Yep.
Yeah, he knows how to putt.
But Liam's looking at a tap in. Nick's right
This is a
there.
zone from Micah.
Most likely. Oh no!
And also gets the trick.
Yeah, he just pushed it a little deep.
One of the harder 300-foot holes.
Yo.
You'll run across.
It's not great for lefties, although Stepp taking, I think, the best route of all of them.
But does it sit? Does it sit? Does it sit?
Nope.
It does not sit.
So 3 OBs.
From
And that's the danger, though. They all chose to run it.
Look at this putt from Micah.
That's how you say par.
Woo! Let's go.
That was solid.
He's got such a smooth stroke.
He sure does. Liam right there. Yep. Pick up that distance, just barely trickled out. And I was really generous with those tassels when I was installing them. I even put them slightly down the hill.
They are.
I gave you some room to work, guys. Nice job, Nick.
Can you get an inch on that slope? Yep. It goes a mile.
Yeah, there's a little vegetation there that can catch you, but all those gentlemen hit the barren areas.
And here's that circle 3 that Kyle's talking about.
Yep. Just right there. You can run it with minimal risk, but you want the 2 like Nick got. And now Nick has a 1-stroke lead.
Headed to hole number 9, bet. Can we see an eagle this time?
I don't know if we will, but 615 feet, slight downhill. What makes this hole tricky 9 times out of 10 is wind. And today we're looking at a somewhat calm conditions. And so I expect to see something similar to round 1. These gentlemen just crushing as far as they can, trying to give themselves the eagle look. It is a generous par 4 for sure. We do have some color-coded PDGA rating cap divisions playing, so pars are a little generous when it comes to these holes, but you just want to get as far as you can with minimal danger. You just don't want to end up behind those 2 trees that you see right now. Those are the only thing that really make it a tricky hole for you.
You want to get down off the ledge on the nice flat ground to make your upshot. And this actually plays our second easiest hole on the day.
Yeah.
Because of the wind being low. The wind's 30, 40 miles an hour on this hole. You're going to struggle.
Absolutely.
Nick powers through the trees. Let's go.
Yeah, he's going to have a near jump putt to get himself down there, too. So that's a great positioning. Liam, I think.
With Scorp.
Is that what he threw the first round, too, the Scorp?
He repeats.
I know he's looking at it.
Drive. Boom, ladies and gentlemen.
Not enough turn.
Wind changed a little bit.
Yep.
On him.
He's going to hyzer early, and that's going to be fine. He's deep enough behind that tree that he'll be able to throw that Draco most likely on a sidearm approach if he just parked. He's got such control with it. He's only about 215, 250, somewhere in that range out. Micah, Cannon. Didn't get as far up as I thought he was going to. So you saw that tree moving when we panned over to Liam's drive. So there is a little bit of wind out there. I'm guessing it's going to come off a little heady, which might be why Nick threw more hyzer on the drive.
You see the big Anheuser flex play here from Stepp.
Dive in quick, though.
This is a very tricky hole to throw off of, I find, because of the elevated first section of the fairway. You can't throw a normal distance drive. You have to play this really interesting angle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. And this is what most people do.
Ooh. Yeah, the room for error, though, on this hole is just astronomical. Like, you can be anywhere and still get up and down.
And here's that forehand Draco you're talking about.
Yep.
Safe little bit.
Rolled to about 25 feet, give or take there.
Yeah.
Makeable putt for him. Stepp just has an easy putter approach. Slide it up. Perfect. Yep. Great touch. And Nick with his little tactic right there. Just a nice little hyzer.
And it doesn't even give it a bid. Just wants that birdie tap in, move on with his round.
Let's put a little juice on it. I mean, he's 10 feet, but...
Micah, smooth putt.
Great putt.
Minnesota disc golf, I'm sure, misses him. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they like that he's out here beating us now.
I don't know. I'm tired of losing to Micah, so...
He's so good.
He's really good.
Way good. Liam's also really good.
Yeah, great putt there by Liam. Nick Hanson's out.
This guy's on tour, out right now.
Ooh!
That was almost out.
That was not a mock catch. We miss you out here in Colorado, Nick, but I will say that I've gotten one person closer to cashing with you out of town. It's been great.
Thank you, Gatekeeper, for sponsoring Nick out on the tour there.
Keeping him on the move. And Stepp, another birdie. Battle is still tight. We're through 9 holes, and
only 1 stroke separates our leader. Nick Hansen off of Liam. David's fallen a couple strokes behind. Micah also a little more behind, but still anyone's game. 4 strokes separating this card. We've got 10 more holes to go.
Absolutely. It's going to be a battle to the end.
All right, let's see who can come home with the trophy.
Absolutely.
All right, Kyle. See you for the back 10.